Hello, good morning my dear friends and friends. Today we will be dealing with the linkage of Aichi Target with FAO, UNESCO and WHO. So welcome back in my class of a series of lecture about the CBD Convention on Biological Diversity. I am Professor Urusilias working in Department of Wildlife Sciences, Aligarh Muslim University. So today we will be dealing with the linkage of Aichi Target with FAO, UNESCO and WHO. So, what is the purpose of this exploring linkage between Aichi Target and global organization? The purpose of this lecture is to explore linkage between Aichi Target and global organizations, highlight collaborative efforts biodiversity conservation. The key organizations are the Food and Agriculture Organization, United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization, World Health Organization, and the approaches are examine specific target connections, analyze cross-cutting themes, and identify collaborative initiative and future direction. So this is what we are going to discuss today in today's lecture. So FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. So the key points, the mandate of this, achieving food security for all, ensuring people have access to nutritious food. In India, this is the fundamental right of all the human being to have the food security. The food security government has to ensure the food security. So achieving food security for all, ensuring people have access to nutritious food. Not only the food security, but also the people should have the access to the nutritious food. So connection to Aichi Target supports sustainable agriculture, that is the target 7 says to support the sustainable agriculture, focuses on the conservation of ecosystem linked to food production, that is target 11. Integrates biodiversity in agriculture policy, that is target 13 of the Aichi Target. So our target 7, 11 and 13 deals with the food and agriculture organization, rather food security and ensuring the nutritious food to all the human being. So key and initiatives, agroecology, sustainable agriculture framework. So these are the key initiative, that is the agroecology, sustainable agriculture framework. So ensure the food security. UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, is called as the UNESCO. So the key point, the mandate to promote education, science and culture for peace and sustainable development. Definitely food security can be ensured, cannot be ensured unless there are awareness among the masses about the education, science and culture for peace and sustainable development. And what is the connection of Aichi Target? Promotes biodiversity education awareness, that is the target 1, and manage biosphere reserves for conservation, target 11, and support indigenous knowledge system for conservation, that is the target 18. So UNESCO has been dealt in target 1, 11 and 18, and the key initiative is the Man and Biosphere Program, World Heritage Site. WHO, that is the World Health Organization, the mandate, the key points, the mandate is ensure global public health and well-being. So we discuss about the FAO, UNESCO, food security, then UNESCO, education and awareness, and then to ensure the world health, we have WHO, World Health Organization. So the main mandate of the WHO is ensure global public health and well-being. And connection to Aichi Target of this is links biodiversity to human health, that is the target 14, works on zoonotic disease control linked to biodiversity loss, target 9, and integrates ecosystem health into public health policy, that is target 14. So there are many targets which are involving the WHO, UNESCO and FAO. And the key initiative, One Health approach, global action on antimicrobial resistance. FAO and the Aichi Target, sustainable agriculture. what is the role of the FAO, Food Agriculture Organization? Promoting sustainable agriculture, forestry and fisheries. This is the role of the FAO. So, the role of the FAO is the promoting sustainable agriculture, forestry and fisheries, balance productivity with ecosystem conservation, and initiative support target 7, sustainable food and agriculture approach, global soil partnership and farmer field school program. So, these are the initiatives support under the target 7 of the Aichi target. So, that is the sustainable food agriculture, global soil partnership and the farmer field school program. And the key outcome of the promoting sustainable agriculture, balancing productivity and ecosystem conservation, the key outcome is the increased adoption of sustainable practices, enhance agrobiodiversity conservation, improve food security and rural livelihood. So, these are the key outcome, that increase adoption of sustainable practices, enhance agrobiodiversity conservation and improved food security and rural livelihood. UNESCO and Aichi target 1, awareness of biodiversity. UNESCO education program, education for sustainable development, Global Action Program EST and UNESCO associated school network. So, the World Network of Biosphere Reserve the Biosphere Reserve is actually the living laboratory for sustainable development, and we have 714 biosphere reserve in 129 countries. So, these biosphere reserves which are being used for the UNESCO's education program and actually biosphere reserves are being declared under the MAB, Man and Biosphere program of the UNESCO, and these biosphere reserve are the living laboratory for sustainable development. The human being, ecology and the animal, they live sustainably in our area. That is why we call it living laboratory. So, there are 714 biosphere reserve in 129 countries. So, impact on target 1, increase public awareness of biodiversity values, enhance understanding of conservation measure, promotion of sustainable use of natural resources. WHO and Aichi target 14, ecosystem services. WHO work on biodiversity and health, research on linkage between biodiversity and human health, guidance of health impact assessment, promotion of nature based health solution. So, this is the WHO's work on biodiversity and health. One health approach, we also have one health approach recognizing interconnection between human, animal and the environmental health. Collaborative multi-sectoral effort for optional health outcome, and relevance to target 14 is highlight health benefit of ecosystem services, promoting ecosystem restoration for health and well-being, addressing health risk from ecosystem degradation. So, these are the few points, steps of health impact assessment. First is the screening. Screening means determine whether health impact assessment is appropriate and required. Then after the screening we have scoping to assess the health impact assessment. Scoping set out the parameter of HIA. Identification, develop a community population profile and collect information to identify potential impact. Then after the screening, scoping, identification, we have the assessment. Assessment means develop a community population profile and collect information to identify potential impact. Decision making and recommendations, make decision to reach a set of final recommendation for HE on the HIA's finding. Evaluation of follow-up, evaluate the process involved in the HIA and its impact, and follow up the HIA through monitoring and a health impact management plan. So, this is the series of things we do for the health to assess the health impact assessment. and it is directly connected with the WHO is directly connected with the Aichi Target 14, that is the ecosystem services. If the ecosystem will be good, the health will also be good. Cross-cutting theme, food security. These pictures has been taken from the internet, and those who have posted these picture on the net, the organization, government or the non-government, their copyright is as it is. I have just taken to explain the things. So, I do not have any copyright on these pictures. So, FAO, Food Agriculture and Organization, conservation of plant genetic resources, promotion of neglected and underutilized species, and sustainable intensification of agriculture. These are the cross-cutting theme, food security. So, Food and Agriculture Organization, conservation of plant genetic resources, promotion of neglected and underutilized species, and sustainable identification of the agriculture. UNESCO, preservation of traditional agriculture knowledge, safeguarding of cultural food heritage, and research on indigenous food system. WHO, nutrition guideline incorporating biodiversity, promotion of diverse sustainable diets, and research on nutrition sensitive agriculture. So, these are the cross-cutting themes of the food security. So, food security, cross-cutting theme with food security, then cross-cutting theme and water resources, FAO, watershed management program, this is being done by FAO, water use efficiency in agriculture, and aquaculture guideline for ecosystem protection. So, it was discussed in UN 2023 Water Conference, New York 22 to 24th March 2023, and the UNESCO International Hydrological Program, Water Education Initiative, and Transboundary Water Cooperation. WHO, Water Quality Guideline, Water Sanitation and Hygiene Program, and research on waterborne disease and ecosystem health. Again and again I am saying that the pictures belongs to the people who have uploaded on the internet. I do not have any copyright on these pictures. This picture has been borrowed from the internet. So, cross-cutting themes, that is the climate change, FAO climate smart agriculture practices, REDD means reducing emission from deforestation and forest degradation, Blue Growth Initiative for aquatic ecosystem. UNESCO climate change education and awareness, ocean acidification research, and cultural heritage preservation in changing climate. While the WHO World Health Organization cross-cutting theme is health vulnerability assessment related to climate change, guidance on climate resilience, health system, research on climate sensitive diseases. So, the main purpose of these things is to change the mind, not the climate. FAO and Aichi Targets says that is the sustainable fisheries. So, 14 life below water, the code of conduct for responsible fisheries, international standard for sustainable fishing practices, and adopted by 170 plus countries. The international standard for sustainable fishing approach was adopted by 170 countries. That was the code of conduct for responsible fisheries. Ecosystem approaches to fisheries, holistic management of fisheries within ecosystem, and balancing diverse social objective. Key initiative, Global Record of Fishing Vessels, Blue Growth Initiative, Port State Measure Agreement. So, these were the major key initiative, Global Record of Fishing Vessel, Blue Growth Initiative, and Port State Measure Agreement. So, UNESCO and the Aichi Target 11 protected area World Heritage Site, 252 natural World Heritage Sites are there in the world, and covering these 252 natural World Heritage Sites covering over 320 million hectare globally. Man and Biosphere Program, 714 biosphere reserves in 129 countries, and they are living laboratory for sustainable development. And contribution to target 11 is enhanced protection of biodiversity hotspots, promotion of sustainable use in buffer zone, and support for indigenous and local community conservation. So we have, these are the location of the biosphere reserve, like Augusta Malai Biosphere Reserve, Gulf of Mannar. We have Panna Biosphere Reserve. We have Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve, Cold Desert Biosphere Reserve, Great Run of Kutch Biosphere Reserve. So these are the biosphere reserves in India. WHO and Aichi Target 8, that is the pollution reduction. We will be discussing about the pollution reduction. Environmental Health Initiative, Air Quality Guideline, Chemical Safety Program, and Waste Management and Health. These are the environmental health initiative. And biodiversity loss and disease emergence research on zoonotic disease. Zoonotic disease is getting very common now these days. Zoonotic disease are those diseases which are transmitted from the animal to human, vice versa. So research on zoonotic disease is must. And ecosystem degradation and vector-borne disease, antimicrobial resistance in the environment, pollution reduction strategies, health sector leadership in reducing pollution, promotion of clean technologies in healthcare, advocacy for health protective environment policy. So, this is the mandate of the WHO, that is the clean air for the health. Collaborative initiative, joint program, human health, environment health and the animal health have the collaborative initiative, joint program, biodiversity and health, coalition, WHO CBD, Intergency Liaison Group of Biodiversity and Human Health, and Global Partnership of Plant Conservation, FAO, UNESCO and CPT. So, human health, environment health and the animal health, they all are interconnected, and we all are dependent on each other. So, case studies are the eco health approach in Southeast Asia, Mediterranean diet preservation by FAO, UNESCO, and One Health initiative in zoonotic disease control. So, we had global partnership for plant conservation was took place in 2018. So, these are the collaborative initiative by FAO, WHO, CBT and UNESCO. And challenges, there are challenges and the opportunities. We have challenges like limited cross-sectoral coordination, data gap in biodiversity health linkage, competing priorities in resources allocation, and climate change impact on biodiversity and health. These are the challenges we are facing. But there are opportunities also, increased recognition of nature's contribution to SDGs and growing public awareness of biodiversity importance. SDGs are okay. Growing public awareness of biodiversity importance, advancement in technology for monitoring and conservation, and the potential for nature-based solution in multiple sectors. There are future direction for conservation and protection, post 2020 Global Biodiversity Framework, ambitious target for 2030 and 2050. These are the future directions discussed by post 2020 Global Biodiversity Framework, ambitious target for 2030 and 2050, increase focus on mainstreaming biodiversity. There are different roles of the organization like FAO, Sustainable Food System Transformation, UNESCO strengthen education and awareness program, WHO further integration of biodiversity in health policy, and the emerging priorities are the nature-based solution for climate change, biodiversity inclusion, One Health approach, and digital sequence information of genetic resources. So, the conclusion of this talk is the key linkage, that is the FAO, sustainable use of biodiversity in agriculture and fisheries, food and agriculture organization ensure the sustainable use of biodiversity in agriculture and fisheries. And the UNESCO role is the education, awareness and conservation of significant sites, while WHO is for the World Health Organization for the health benefits of biodiversity and ecosystem services. Importance of collaboration, multidisciplinary approach to complex challenges, leveraging diverse expensive expertise and resources, achieving synergies across different sector and goal. So, this is the conclusion of all. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed this lecture, and we will be seeing you in my next class. Till then, enjoy the lecture. Thank you very much.